Hey, it's Malcolm from Rock This Town Records in beautiful Gilbert, Arizona. Next time you're in Phoenix, the Valley of the Sun, make sure you stop by the store. Today, talking about a psych record Grail that came into the store. It is Sunlight's creation of Sunlight. Now, apparently only 500 of these were made in 1970. Now, there's been some unofficial versions of this because it's such an expensive record, and there's also been some I think there's been a reissue. Now this one is the real deal. This is the red label on Windy, and yeah, so it's interesting when you look up this record, say like on Discogs. I think there's 68 people that have logged it, and I've done enough due diligence on Discogs where I feel that Discogs tends to probably put about, I don't know, maybe about a quarter of the people that have a record will put it into Discogs, which is actually pretty darn good if you're Discogs. So on this one, I'd venture to guess that there's probably anywhere from about 300 copies that are legit, that probably still exist somewhere, and then 200 might have been destroyed, because it just happens, right? I mean, people get records, they put them in the sun, they get water damaged, and they're like, who would have thought? I mean, this came in with a country music collection, which is kind of crazy. And it was just kind of in with a bunch of Mo Bandy and like second tier 80s country artists. Actually, what am I saying? Third tier. All due respect to Mo Bandy, of course. So I apologize, Mo. But this version, you know, it looks good if you look at it from a flat perspective. It's still in the shrink, which is kind of amazing. It's, you know, it's got some wear on it. There's definitely some ring wear that's even probably bled through because there's a little shrink wrap tear there. The corners are pretty good. I mean, keep in mind, we're coming up on this record being 54 years old, so it's not too shabby. Have I listened to it? I'm not a psych rock guy by any means. I mean, a little bit of psych rock. It wasn't that bad. And I can see the appeal for it. And obviously there's a definitely appeal because it's such a rare record. So there's the back cover. So let's crack it open and I'll show you what it looks like inside on the vinyl. So there you see the red label. Let me pull it out here and be as careful as I can. Red label, OG, and you know, it looks, I mean, there's some scuffing and there's a few marks on it, but it's not too bad on that side. And then on this side, there's a hard edge here. So like, as far as when they were cutting it and stuff, it wasn't cut particularly well there. It wasn't cut properly. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good copy. Is it a VG plus? It might be a little bit of a stretch to say it's a VG plus, but all in all, I'd say it's a strong VG and just a super rare record. So if you're a collector who's into the psych rock, obviously this Sunlight record is, in my opinion, one of the holy grails. So if you're interested in this record, it's December of 2023 right now, in case you're watching in 2025 and you're like, I wonder if they still have it. Well, maybe. I guess we could. Hopefully not. Hopefully it's found a new home. But yeah, if you're interested in the record, just hit me up at hello@Rock This Town Records. That's probably the easiest way. Hello, and then rockthistownrecords.com. So not too shabby. Or you can just hit our website, or even leave a comment in the comments and say, hey, you still have that record? And if I do, love to, you know, potentially, I'm kind of showing it to you now, so not much else I can do there, but yeah, really cool record, and wanted to do a video on it because it's always fun when you know, you're digging through a crate of records and all of a sudden, so one of my kind of mentors, as we'll say, it's a young man named Desi up, who's got a record store as well up in Mesa called Uncle Aldo's Addict. He recommended, one of the pieces of advice he's given me is that if it looks weird, check it out. And this was like one of those records that I'm just like, well, I definitely got to check this out because this looks weird because I'd never heard of it. So anyways, there you go. sunlight, creation of sunlight. If you have any questions about it, you can leave your comment or just hit me up via email. And there you go. I appreciate you tuning in. If you like the show and you're digging it, thumbs up, a like, subscribe if you want. Take care, and I'll see you in the emergency room.